Good morning. Right, I'm having a bit of problems with YouTube comments again. So, Chris, I'm at Cases tonight. I'll try and get in touch with you after 10 p.m. my time. I don't know what time it'll be yours. So just let me know if you're going to be free. But I'll be travelling today and at Cases tonight. So, the song is, all I'm getting is, I'll always remember us this way or that way. I've heard it, I think, but I don't know who it is, or I think it's a woman, might be a fella. I found it. So 22nd then, we're officially in Aquarius, I believe. Are we not? Are we in Aquarius? Aquarius sun? Yeah. Fourth house, home and family life. Moon is Pisces. Gemini, communications. We haven't got it in the main chart, but it is in the 5th house. So, today's card is the Fool, so it begins the journey again. Whether we're putting it off or not is dependent on whether the card is upside down or not, or reversed or not, should I say, because these don't have it upside down. So irrelevant until it comes out in its own read, but usually it's connections to Richard, Zoe, Katie, London. So we'll see. It's the first card in the deck. It goes full circle, so it's the last card as well. 0. Ground 0. So beginning again. Standing on the cliff edge. What are we going to do? There it is. First card, it's very important. The Spirit is saying we jump. We have faith, we take the risk and we jump. And make our wings on the way down. That's all we can do. So the past comes back to haunt us, I'm afraid. It could be childhood trauma, it could be pure problems with children, it could be any trauma from the past. It could be a person coming back from the past. There it is. We jump. However, we haven't got the passion or the energy needed to do so. And we want to put it off. It can't be put off. We have to find the energy and the action to do so. And we've got Taurus. We will be blessed 3 times. Could be you've got 3 kids. Could be you've been married 3 times. Could be teachers, schools, faith, religion. The name's Simon, Peter, Mark, Diane. It's the key to the problem is faith, to rise to a higher level of being. Taurus energy 5 or 23. Taurus we've got in the IC and 4th house, which we've got there. Well done, Spirit. We've got the Twin Towers again. So I always say it. September the 11th could be important. The 18th. The eclipse. We've got 17th of February. She is a seer. She has a scribe ball there. She has healing in her hands. She has destroyed more than one tower. She has razed things to the ground before. She can do it again. It's a dark place, but as long as you tread carefully, we should be able to get through this. It's the dark night of the soul. We are being tested. There's Capricorn energy there, the toxic situation where we are bound by contract, vows or promises that we should never have made under duress. Don't sign anything. We are bound by shackles. So selling our soul to the devil. Now we have to pay for doing that. So intentionally or unintentionally, we are reaping what we sowed. And we may have had very good intentions, but it's caused this toxic situation. So now we have to reevaluate. We don't give up. Spirit don't want us to give up, but we pare away what no longer serves us. So that apple tree, the fruit's not been very good this year. He's got to decide which branches to cut away and then feed the roots. He doesn't chop it down for firewood and give up completely. He doesn't take the baggage of the past with him. He does the right thing from now on, and he will be blessed when he does so. 7 years, 6 months. Someone here is trapped. They're not walking away because of either their inner child or because of these children. Because of something that keeps them in this misery. Whether it be obligation or an emotional traumatic event that in the past makes them think, I have to stay. So for example, having to stay in a relationship because of the kids, because you was abandoned as a child. That's the wrong excuse. And even though it wasn't your fault what happened while you was abandoned, it's affecting what you do, what you think, what you say. So that's just one scenario. It could be jobs. You could be stuck in a job that you don't like because as a child you was in poverty where your parents was out of work and you don't want that to happen. It could be many things. But we're letting the past leak into our present and affect our future. We have to do the right thing now for us more than anything else. So that's not easy to do when you're a good person. So there we have the 17, Aquarius. We are in Aquarius now. Well done, Spirit. But that is 17th of February will be the Chinese New Year. We must face this chaos, whatever it is, head on, not dim our lights. Because unlike Pandora, who left hope in the box, we have to have hope. We have to believe in ourselves and not dim our lights. We have to get out there. We have to network, we have to socialise because someone out there is looking for your light to guide them. They are you. They are the person you was and when you were looking for someone to guide you. So be that person, Aquarius. So we've got healing of the neck, the ankles and the legs. However, the teeth, knees and bones could be an issue. Geriatric issues. Yeah. So we've got Mercury retrograde there. Elaine, help me out. Cat, I don't know when the next one is. You've probably told me hundreds of times, and I'm really sorry for that. But this is emotional, financial, spiritual, or mental blackmail. Somebody thinks they've got you over a barrel. You need to make a decision, and you're either in denial, trying to protect others, which looks like here, or not sure of all the facts, but you can't wait till you are. You have to take that leap of faith. Someone here is closed off. They're guarding their heart. They're not open to anything new. 4 months. Boredom, apathy, unable or unwilling to take action, like I said. But justice will be served. The number 11. So we have Casey and Daniel. This is 7th house issues of partnerships, open enemies, and the law. Libra. So we've got Aquarius, Libra, Capricorn there. Let's see where they are. Aquarius, obviously Sun, Mercury, which would be communications, Venus, Pluto, Ascendant, and Pallas. Libra, no, and Capricorn, we've got in Juno, Mars. So, house-wise, Aquarius is in the 1st house. We've got Taurus also. Taurus is in the 4th house, like I said. We've got Gemini in the 5th house. We've got Libra in the 9th house. And Capricorn in the 12th. Yeah, someone who feels stuck, unable or unwilling to move on, dragging that baggage of the past with them. You've got to lighten that load. You cannot keep reliving the past because it will drown you. We're in stormy waters. We need to move on to calmer ones. Travel across waterways delayed or put off completely. Yeah, 19. Someone is deliberately trying to block your path in this toxic situation. Leo energy. Somebody trying to dim your light. Deliberately keeping you in the dark. It's not a good look. Karen. It's about control. There it is again. So we've got all that we need in this story. We are blessed 3 times, or will be. But we have to have faith. We have to believe in ourselves. We have to value ourselves and not put value on material things. So self-worth, self-belief. Teachers, schools, children. Yeah, we have options. We need to lose 2 of those cups. There's 2 cups that are emotionally binding us. We have choices. Choose the right thing for you. Look to your dreams for messages. Somebody here does not have the moral high ground. So you're fighting an uphill battle, which most of us are at the minute, unfortunately. Yeah. Something out of the blue in the next 8 days. 2 sad wonders, unexpected, and it's not nice. Some actions by possibly this person who hasn't got the moral high ground. So an unfortunate event takes place, a passing perhaps, or something has to end. Enough is enough. We've got to stop grieving and heal. What doesn't kill you makes you stronger. But there may be issues with the back. Alternative medicine, acupuncture could be a real thing for some. So what's done is done. It's over. Ended. There's the 18 again. Tread very carefully. Go very carefully. And look after yourselves, people, please, because this is a dark energy. Yeah. Somebody's grieving and dwelling in the past. They don't want you to do that while you're worrying about the past. Your future and your present is burning. So suck it up, buttercup. Build a bridge. Get over it. Stop crying over spilt milk. There is more to be done. Financial success possibly through a woman. Leo energy. Lily, Daisy, and mind games. So trapped in your mind. That small child, your ego, your inner child, or issues with children. Those swords are coming at you, words and thoughts of other people or yourself. It's become a prison, a mental prison. It's the woman that stood in the circle of swords. She dared take the blindfold off even though she could. She dared take the ropes off even though she could, because she's frightened of what might happen. There's nothing to fear but fear itself. Those people that put those swords or pointed those swords at you no longer have any power, but you are allowing them to do so. Blame, shame, game. Mind games. Yeah, those 2 cups must be let go. A bond is broken, and there's no amount of crying about it that's going to make it ever better. Your wishes and dreams will only come true again the 17th. So the 17th, 18th and 19th could be very important. The Chinese New Year then. Don't dim your light for anyone. Don't lose hope. Be the light that guides others, even if you don't feel strong enough. Refuse to bend, refuse to kneel. The Shining Star, David and Fred. And the injustice that's taken place is wrong. So Open Enemies, Legal Matters, 8 and 26. David again, Ian Penny. Injustice. So 4th house, home and family life then. A home is not a home without a fire in the hearth, food on the table and a welcome at the door. And if you were born on a battlefield, you will feel comfortable in that battlefield. It doesn't mean that it's normal. So it's the stomach, the breasts, the home, the ancestral line, the colour red, parents, childhood, inherited patterns and family. There's childhood. The upbringing and the womb. It's where you venture out into the world. There's the Fool venturing out into the world. Leaving will be a fearful one. So yes, you do have fear. But we all left home at some point. The 4th house is not always a gentle, easy environment. Some people are at home on a battlefield. The internalized sense of home and security will depend on the initial childhood experience. So if you've been abandoned like Assad, you will have abandonment issues. There's just no two ways about it. And we have, what do we have in it? Gemini. The 4th house indicates the parents will provide primary nurturing care. Let's see, Pluto, Uranus. The moon indicates a nurturing parent who understands a child's feelings. So there will have been one at least nurturing parent then. Gemini moon. The mother. Emotionally responsive and emotionally facile and fickle, so you never know where you are with them. Flexible, moody and intuitive. The moon in Gemini rationalizes feelings, which is overthinking things there, rationalizing your feelings. Repressing emotions and needs and dislikes routine and does several things at once. So you're being scattered. You must concentrate on one thing at a time. Choose what to concentrate on, one at a time. Don't spread yourself too thin, because that will never end well. You'll always make yourself ill. Number 4. So 4th house, number 4 is important then. The maiden. So the daughters may be innocence, love and the past. So that may be over now. They may not be so innocent. The Trinity knot in the circle is a symbol which represents the maiden, the mother of the crown, the past, the present and the future, the 3 life cycles of women. The maiden is a symbol of innocence, the past. She is young. There we have it, the past. There it is. Yet to learn the hardships of the world, and thus sees the world through a set of innocent eyes. The world is her oyster, and she is searching of love. And the oyster is on the star card in some decks, with a pearl of wisdom in it. She may be a bit naive, but is it really a bad thing when all you see is beauty around you? The maiden reminds us of a time where we saw life as fun, and the song says, doesn't it, I'll always remember it that way. Inspiring and full of wonder. Have we lost that part of ourselves? It is never truly lost, just somewhat forgotten. As we navigate through the hardships of life, we can still be one with this part of ourselves again if we allow ourselves to see the beauty in the small things. Something as simple as smelling a beautiful flower, or sitting on the porch, Kristen, and drinking our coffee. And watching the wildlife dance, so look for the animals, birds, insects as your animal totems play around us. It may be a time to remember the things that we used to bring us joy, a sense of peace. We may not have the time to do all these things, but we can integrate small amounts of it into our lives, which can give us a great benefit. Where have you lost your innocence, and where can you gain it back? The more we bring the small joys back into our lives, the younger and lighter we will feel, no longer weighed down by the multitude of tasks and stresses we have placed upon ourselves. So nobody else is putting this burden on us, we're doing it ourselves. Or allowing others to try and put that burden on us. It's not our burden to carry. They haven't got the moral high ground, whoever this is. People have to learn their own lessons, especially the karmic ones. What you reap is what you sow. And there's Diana. We talked about her with the number 5 and 23. Let's see, because she's a main player. She's a Hunter's Sagittarius, knowledge. Diana. I always think of Princess Diana when I see this card. She was a very troubled young lady, but she knew a lot of things, a lot of knowledge. Let's see if we can find her. Is that Diana? No, that's Aphrodite. There she is. So Diana was the goddess of nature and the hunt. So again, nature. She is the goddess of wild places. And there's on the earth and in our psyche, complete unto herself. She was widely worshipped all over the ancient world as a powerful and protective goddess. Although a virgin herself, so Virgo possibly, she is the protectress of women in childbirth. She is the archer, and her sacred animal is the bear. the deer, and the goat, so Capricorn. Diana is the daughter of Zeus, king of the gods, and Leto Apollo, sun god. To her brother, she is also called Artemis Agroterra, literally goddess of the countryside. And it is important to remember that in ancient times the countryside was not a theme park with nature trails that you drive on for weekends, but was recognised as being directly responsible for day-to-day survival. Now Diana returns as patroness of the eco-green movement. Diana, the goddess of the wild and lonely places, the wood and the desert. Your heart is as wild as the untamed as the places you love. The original meaning of chaste is complete unto herself, and you take that concept of self-sufficiency to the extreme. Your proud and lonely heart finds it difficult to articulate your passions to others. There you go. Difficult to articulate your passions to others. You may cry if you miss seeing the sunset, but not be able to find the words to say why it means so much. As a huntress, you are capable of highly focused, sustained and disciplined work, which can lead to great success. There you go, financial success. But your first love is always nature. You love gardening and tramping in wild places. You are a prime candidate for downshifting to a simpler life. Most Dianas would live in the country rather than the city. I do know a Diana person who has neatly solved the problem of earning a living by residing in the city but travelling to the country to write articles on wonderful gardens. As a modern-day Diana, you will find today's world a puzzling place, and conventional society will be equally perplexed by you. You have a primal, deep connection to Mother Earth, which does not fit in with the materialistic concerns of today, the toxic environment. So it may be that you have become ill because of modern substances. Although you are well equipped to be a material success, the fruits of that success may leave you cold and hungrily yearning for richer, deeper experiences in your life and your soul. You have to learn to reconnect with your deep longing for the closeness to nature. Leave the city with all its noise and get out into nature. Explore until you start to hear your own authentic voice remaining. You, who you really are and what you really need. So go for a walk, get the cobwebs out your head. If you have not connected with this voice for some time, you may be shocked when it tells you to plant a herb garden or to run along the beach, chasing that setting sun. You may have always felt different when growing up, but you are no less a person for being an unconventional one. Connect with others in the green movement who also love the earth and want to preserve and protect it. You carry out the most ancient and revered faces of the goddess as nature goddesses. Hell will freeze over before you find a Diana doing the flirting or flattering that comes easily to Aphrodite's. Sadly, this may mean that it is difficult for you to meet people. It is also sad because people who pass you over for more extrovert charms of younger people may miss out on a wonderful person. Someone who won't spend endless hours discussing how you met in past lives, like Hecate, and who won't sulk like Aphrodite. If you don't tell her how beautiful she is a couple of times a day, you are not career mad like Athea, bad-tempered like Kali, or everybody's mum like Demeter. You are a doer rather than a talker. You're a breath of fresh air, sunlight over water. You may truly give your heart to another only once, like the swan you want to mate for life. If Diana appears in your spread, then you are being encouraged to get in touch with your wild child. Go back to your roots, back to your basics. Less is more. Hunt for the hidden true meaning in the circumstances that surround you now, no matter how adverse they may be. Do not be satisfied with the superficial. Demand genuineness in your dealings with others and be prepared to be genuine yourself. Diana does not deal in trivialities. You may be about to make a decision that will affect you for the rest of your life. There we are. Remember that Diana is a huntress. You may have to stalk your fate, your true direction with patience and ruthlessness. Do not let others distract you from your path. Follow it with dedication of a tracker. Like a good hunter, you may need to know the right moment to take action. Wait too long and the moment passes you forever. Not long enough and what you seek flies farther away. So take the risk, feel the fear, do it anyway. But the timing probably is around the 17th. And don't back down in a situation just to keep the peace. This is the time to stand up and be honest with yourself and others. Truly be yourself. Oh, we've just done them, haven't we? But that was Athena, so if you want to look her up, that might help. It was wrong card deck, sorry. I'm not reading two because I ain't got time today. So, it's saying if we have faith and we believe and we stand up for ourselves, it may not be easy, but we will achieve what's needed. I think that's 8 o'clock, the bells are saying. So I better get my backside into gear. Yeah, so I apologise, but the comments aren't working very well. So we've got the eel and the iris. We are not safe yet because it's in reverse. So this is about your safety. And iris is always on the Sagittarius card, so that could be important. We've got 42. Eels are furtive creatures, often burying themselves in the murky depths in the dark. The idiom, slippery as an eel, so someone here is toxic and slippery as an eel, get away with all sorts, refers to the eel's ability to escape harm. The iris, so the injustice of them getting away with it all the time. Tall, hardy flower from which the fleur-de-lis, a medieval symbol of power and victory, is derived. Together, the stealthy eel and the mighty iris indicate safety in our homes, relationship and work. So you are not safe in the home, your relationships or work. So in the home especially, check all your smoke detectors, stuff like that. Make sure doors and windows are locked, stuff like that. There may be dangers from animals, birds, insects, I don't know. But check the home first, then your workplace. Make sure that you've covered all your bases. A transgression has occurred. Somebody hasn't got the moral high ground, and you may feel betrayed or violated. Anger and hostility are natural responses to betrayal. Honour your tender state by burrowing deep like the eel. Surround yourself in support and take time you need to recover. What do you need in order to feel safe? And how can I extend safety to others? Now, I think someone needs your protection, but at the same time, don't shut yourself off completely, but make sure that you surround yourself with people and situations that make you feel safe. Because there is real fear here, and it's toxic. Thanks for listening. Let's have a look at the song. Speak soon. Bye-bye.